I'll be honest, I didn't know about Chobani. I knew about the TB in the area. I knew about Muslims being brought in. I knew a Muslim owned it. We had just barely covered the story, but don't you worry. I'm going to be covering it now, Mr. Hamid Ulu Kaya. Yes, in fact, I'm choosing this as a battle. On this, I will stand, I will win, or I will die. We're now at least 2 weeks into the crucifixion of the truth, or the attempt by the dying corporate dinosaur media to claw back any type of respectability by attacking their opposition, which, of course, is the truth. The lie must attack the truth. I don't like making our broadcast the center of attention, but quite frankly, events demand it or will be destroyed. Chobani Yogurt, the biggest yogurt maker in the world, due to lucrative government contracts, of course, that's how the real fortunes are made these days, has filed a ridiculous publicity stunt lawsuit, in my researched opinion and view, against Alex Jones and Infowars. Now, the owner literally is a super good buddy with George Soros, helping run the refugee program, bringing unvetted Islamicists and others into the country. That's happening. And we know some of the refugees are unvetted. We know some of them have been carrying out crimes. And this guy is a proponent of that. So when the so-called Islamic pilgrims or the Islamic colonists commit crimes, attack people, engage in genital mutilation, all the things that are going on, it then falls on those, some of the guilt, who have been promoting this, who have been pushing it. It doesn't mean that the owner of Chobani, Hamid Ulu Kaya, from Turkey, got here in the mid-1990s. It doesn't mean he wants all this to happen. Doesn't mean he's happy the rapes are taking place. But the bottom line is, 7 countries have unvetted people coming into this nation where they don't even have real passports, like Somalia and Sudan and Libya. And in Libya, they're selling women into slavery by the thousands. That's mainstream news. Now, remember last year, about a year and a half ago, it broke in Idaho that reportedly some teenage boys raped a little girl and then reportedly videotaped it, showed it to the father and all the rest of it. Now they've pled guilty and admitted to it. So what's media going to do? They go, they got a big top PR firm, top media firm, literally founded by the first client, George Soros. And I have a special report on that coming up at the bottom of the hour that I shot last night that's highly produced that Rob Dew put together. But again, this is bigger than Alex Jones. This affects everybody in a giant way. Because if they can bring us down, they can bring everybody down. There's NBC's headline. Alex Jones sued by Chobani after yogurt maker says radio host faked stories. Now, you see, they're branding us everywhere as fake. For 2 weeks, every major newspaper, every major news channel has been saying that I say I'm fake, I say I'm a fraud, I say I'm not real. They never show you a clip. They never show me saying it. There's no proof of it. Then they play games and go, oh, well, he admits sometimes he plays characters and is an actor. But that's when I'm clearly illustrating something by comedy or by satire. So there's this attempt to first brand us as fake. Then, going back 2 weeks ago, we get calls, we get a letter from Chobani's law firm saying, we want you to retract or clarify these 3 things. I go look at David Knight's reports. I look at one of the headlines that one of the other guys put up, and I said, you know, we could get away with it, but I don't want to get away with it. I want to really, really be fair here. You probably can't say that he's importing rapists. Technically, people have been brought in. He pushes the refugee program that have been rapists. So you could technically say that, but I said, let's just point out that refugees are raping, and the media has been forced to admit that they tried to cover up this case in Idaho, and it turned out to be true. They've pled guilty. Let's just go with that headline. Turns out there was rape in Idaho connected to Islamicists. Boom. So we changed the headlines and send it back to them. What do? They have the Idaho Statesman that is extremely revealing and informative, and everything about it is a lie. First, they have a photo of myself last year being escorted by police after I was attacked by communists out of a public park at the RNC. Now, as of 5 o'clock in the morning, they didn't have a caption under it saying that I was being escorted out by police. It just left it up there to make it look like I was being arrested. Then they say Chobani, the Greek yogurt maker, is suing Alex Jones, the right-wing conspiracy theorist, who said Sandy Hook Elementary School was a hoax. Didn't quite say that. We had debates about it. 9/11 was an inside job. Yes, our government stood down and worked with Saudi Arabia. That's now been declassified by the U.S. government. Nope, didn't say that. And that Chobani imports migrant rapists to Twin Falls. The headline did say he was importing people connected to rape. And that's all over the local newspapers. I'm going to show you those headlines. But we even did what they wanted and changed it. They go on to say, I didn't respond, and they go on to say we didn't retract it, but here's the proof. Scroll down. You'll see 3 blue links there. Lower down. Keep going. Yep, there they are. Back up, back up. There they are. You go to those links, and you will notice, click the middle one. Go ahead and click it. That's not our website. That's not our YouTube channel. They got a copy of it. Somebody did. I'm sure they're fine folks, just some YouTube channel, and posted it with the original headline. Now, the newspaper knows, and Chobani knows, and they all full well know that statutorily, if we do a correction or retraction, that there aren't punitive damages, meaning larger damages, just actual damages, if they were to win a lawsuit. So, just like in other cases we've seen lately, we correct or retract, they say we don't, and then the media itself republishes it, or Media Matters republishes it, and then links to it, and then claims republishing and damages again. But you look at those leaks, you look at those links, and they are not us. Now, let's be clear. I'm not backing away from this story. I clarified it when their lawyers called 2 weeks ago and said, yeah, those headlines could be a little bit more accurate, change them. But in essence, my lawyers agreed. They said, yeah, no, it's in the headlines about rape in the area, sexual assault. This guy is bringing in refugees. Refugees are connected to this. It's very, very reasonable to basically say that. And so we simply went and did a clarification, really. Doesn't matter. 2 weeks later, they file a lawsuit. The owner of Chobani tells the newspaper that I didn't respond, that he wants me to apologize, clarify, and give him all these damages. Brother, not going to happen. They also say in the lawsuit that I was seeking to hurt them financially. Why on earth would I want to hurt some yogurt company that's based here in the United States and has people working at it? Why would I want to do that? I'll be honest, I didn't know about Chobani. I knew about the TB in the area. I knew about Muslims being brought in. I knew a Muslim owned it. We had just barely covered the story, but don't you worry. I'm going to be covering it now, Mr. Hamid Ulu Kaya. Yes, in fact, I'm choosing this as a battle. On this, I will stand, I will win, or I will die. I have chosen this. You have chosen it. Let's go. You are on the private, super secret New York Federal Reserve Board that runs the entire Federal Reserve that U.S. citizens can't even find anything out about. And you are from Turkey. Moved here in the mid-1990s and are buddies with Bill Clinton and George Soros, and tweet how you're refreshing to meet George Soros and hear about his work. Looking forward to collaborating with him on refugees. That was 2 years ago. So, we've got him buddies with Bill Clinton, part of the big Clinton Global Initiative, part of the Clinton Foundation. And you say we're putting out fake stories when everybody knows about what reportedly happened in the town your plant's based in with refugees that came in that you had promoted and pushed to come. And now you're claiming you have no connection to the refugees that have pled guilty. So what do they do when the media said this didn't happen? They said it was a right-wing hoax last year. Remember that? All over the news. Muslims never rape anybody. They're little perfect angels. What do? They're trying to grab victory from the jaws of defeat. They are trying to go, who can we say is fake news? Well, we've been branding Alex Jones as fake news. He didn't create these stories. He didn't push these stories, and most of it's accurate. But let's just pick him and David Knight reading some news articles on the nightly news and say they created it. Alex Jones created this claim that in a town in Idaho that has this huge Muslim population, everything caters to them now, he made it all up. It all came out of Alex Jones, the king of fake news, when we're the king of reality, not the king of fake news, and they know it. And that's why they can take us down. They can take you down. And it's interesting, when you go to the Idaho newspaper, I thought I'd go to their front page and see what I saw. So I went to the front page of the Idaho Statesman, and guess what I saw? It's like Islamabad. It's like catering to the Muslims. Go to the front page. We'll put it up on screen for TV viewers. 5 different articles about catering to Muslims. And that's because there's a major Islamic takeover there. Oh, look, it's fewer Middle Eastern students are enrolling at Boise State. Oh, they don't feel welcome. How do we grovel more to make them feel welcome? And, you know, all the Sharia law and the rest of it. And then you scroll down and you find more articles about Muslims and how great they are. And look at the headline. It looks like I'm being arrested there. All deception. It's like when I go in for my child custody case here in Austin, they'll sit there with cameras showing me taking my belt off, going through a metal detector, or holding my arms up to be wanded like I'm a criminal. That's how they sit there and deceive everybody, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, I've got more on this. North Korea, huge developments on the economy. David Knight's coming up, but this is a big, big, big deal, what they're trying to engage in with the American people and how they're trying to play all these different games when everybody knows that there is a massive Islamic invasion taking place all over the Western world and that they've basically bought off the local governments and have basically are taking over our society. Stay with us.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.